Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Hey everybody, welcome to Game of Geeks. This is an extremely alpha show. It is from the brain of Anthony Nielsen. So if it's bad, it's his fault.
Fair enough.
There we go, Anthony Nielsen. All right, so this is a trivia show where we get to challenge some contestants on their geekitude, as it were. Speaking for the chat room, we have Patrick Delahanty, who's way up at the Sky Desk.
Hey, everyone.
And you guys in the chat room are going to be playing an integral role as to who will become the supreme geek of the geeks. And thankfully for this Supremely Alpha show, we dragged people from around the studio to be the contestants. Maybe one day it'll be you from the chat room on Skype. It might be some person we just accost off the street. But it won't be these folks again, because unless they win and become the champion here. So we've got, who do we have on the right? We have Brian Burnett. Hello. How's it going? Good? Good? You good?
Good.
What do you do?
Editor, TD here at TWiT.
You're awake now?
I'm still working on that.
To your left is Shannon Morse, smacking people with... Shannon, would you like to say hi to the audience?
Hi.
Shannon's in normally where I sit for TNT, which is a very violent chair, and it causes all kinds of issues. Radford Castro over there. How's it going, Radford? What do you do?
Good. An engineering director.
What do you do?
TWiT. Engineering director.
That's what you do?
Dream
My dream.
Dream director. Awesome. Elizabeth Romero.
Is that like
over
a
with
Dreamcast?
with the Batman earrings. What's going on with you?
I'm going to have to work longer hours tomorrow because I'm doing this.
All right. That puts a crinkle in...
Yay! Bring on the fun!
Puts a crinkle in our Saturday plans. Full disclosure, we're going out. So no biased natures here. I'm also going out with Brian. So
Man crush.
Yeah.
I've accepted it.
It's complicated.
anyway, shall we go into round one?
Yay!
Oh, wait. I forgot to introduce somebody very important at the Sky Desk. Patrick's sidekick.
Freddie.
Freddie. He's
Freddie
on
Raccoon.
Twitter, too.
He's on Twitter.
He has a name?
all
Twit
right.
_ raccoon.
All right, so round one, guys, is called the Circle of Knowledge, that you guys get to take turns listing a particular piece of nerd knowledge. Where do we start, Anthony? Do we start with Brian and then...
It's your call. It's like just random. As long as there's 4 topics, so each one will have the opportunity to begin. So
Each person has an opportunity to begin. Okay, so what I'm going to say is a topic, and you're going to tell me something that fills that. So if I said Star Wars characters, Brian, you'd be like, Boba Fett, and Shannon would say...
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, and Elizabeth would say...
Princess Leia.
yeah.
Right, it'd be
we
like
just
this.
keep going
Until
around.
the person can't give an answer, and then what do we do, Anthony?
You drop them, so
We drop them, and we keep going.
until there's one.
All right.
Okay.
Within reason, within time. We don't have a timer right now. We're working on that. There'll be like a 5-second rule probably, so we have to wait forever. So we're
right.
going to start with Shannon Morse now. The topic is... No, listen to the whole thing, though. Fictional or non-fictional robots.
Isaac, non-fictional.
Do you have to specify?
No,
Do
you
we
No,
don't.
have
you don't
to
have to specify. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
R2-D2.
C3PO.
Bender?
Shannon, it's too long.
She's out.
Nope.
Shannon's out. You only gave her 2 seconds. It gave her 5. She's still out.
No 5. It's
So she's out.
You gotta.
You got
on
it.
So we're going to keep going,
I
right?
don't know what I was
Yep,
gonna
Liz,
say
go.
next.
Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
Oh. I'm trying Galaxy.
Liz is out.
I'm done.
Radford.
Voltron.
Dave?
Transformers.
All right.
No, that's not it.
Dang it, I should have
Incorrect.
gets it.
Radford wins. Name a Star Wars character.
Luke Skywalker.
Darth Vader?
Chewbacca.
Princess Leia.
R2-D2.
C3PO?
I don't know.
Shannon's out.
Yoda.
Boba Fett.
Bobo Fett?
That counts.
Yeah.
Jango Fett?
Touche, I was going to do that. Jabba the Hutt.
Han Solo.
Qui-Gon Jinn?
I need
Han
to watch
Solo-
these movies again.
Han Solo.
Wait.
Han Solo's been said.
It's been said.
Oh, my bad.
Liz
All
is
right.
out. Radford.
Exactly.
Obi-Wan
It's
Kenobi.
harder with
And
the
Brian
pressure.
wins round 4.
But under
the chat-
pressure, you just
The chat room offers sand people, but that's racist. They're Tusken Raiders.
Those are types of characters.
All right, guys. Now we're up to Feats of Geek. This is the part 2 of the show. It's going to be a time trial of Super Mario Brothers World 1-1. The person who goes the fastest or gets through the actual board the fastest wins 30 points. Because we're trying to have the most points as possible, which I've never mentioned until now, because this is brand new. First up, Brian, you get to go to the
Go to
over
the
there.
game.
Go to the game.
That's fun.
And who's timing this?
Patrick will.
Okay, I will avoid everything that he does.
Patrick is going to be timing this, and we can all harass Brian as he is going to go through this. All right, now we can talk smack if we
Listen,
want to
Josh.
here. Ooh.
Oh no, he's just,
Be careful, Josh.
So if you can
Watch
complete
out.
the board,
Ooh.
I don't know.
He's
Well, no,
bouncing
he's
more
not
than
doing
Liz.
impossible.
Down goes Brian, up comes Shannon Morse. Shannon Morse has to beat. What's the time, Patrick?
14.69 seconds.
That's felt like an eternity. Shannon Morse is going to play World 1-1. Here she goes. She is bounding like the Super Mario that she is without a mushroom. All right, so we've got here.
She skips the mushroom.
Skipping the mushroom. She is really going for it. She's looking to finish this board
Wow.
completely. She is making this look easy, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a tall task in front of you, Radford and Liz.
Oh,
But potentially, look at this. She's going to finish it up.
And with 3
all right.
She did it in a time of 30.66 seconds to the bottom of that flagpole.
30.6 seconds. 30.66 seconds for Shannon.
This
Incredible.
got real.
It's like
Liz, you're
easier
up.
when you hit
This
the right
just got
buttons.
real.
What did Brian do again?
14 seconds?
14 seconds.
14.69.
And he lost. All right, coming up, Liz Romero trying to do World 1-1. Shannon finishes in 30 seconds. Brian lost his board at 14 seconds. And Liz doing the slow, cautious approach. No, it doesn't work like that. I get to keep talking
Go,
as
do
much as I
it.
want to. It's really. Oh, she's out.
Oh, man.
How long was
Well, at 15.74 seconds, she beat Brian.
that? You lasted longer than Brian.
That is such
Radford?
an
You
accomplishment.
got farther than
Now,
him.
Radford, will you complete this board?
Will Brian, the person who put together the Raspberry Pi, get the lowest score?
All right, now the leader is Shannon, who actually did complete the round. Nobody else, thank you. Nobody's completed this. All right, so we got Radford Castro,
And go.
the man who's built
Remember, you have 3
emulators,
lives.
some software, and let's see here. We got Radford. He is actually playing to become Big Mario, so he can survive the round. Interesting. He actually has strategy here, not going for time, but being able
That's
to
not
survive.
strat.
Speed is first.
Yeah, so he's.
Speed, dude.
We're seeing if he's going to get through the speed here.
Yes.
Only if you tie does the score factor.
He's going for it. Let's see here. Now Radford's going on. He's going crazy. Look at this. He's hit 2 Goombas.
Oh!
He's not dead though. He's
going.
almost done. Radford Castro.
man.
What's the
Keep
time we
going.
have right now, Patrick?
No!
33
Patrick.
seconds.
No!
Make it up the stairs.
All the way to the bottom. What's the time, Patrick Delahanty?
39 seconds.
39 seconds. Winner is Shannon Morse, who wins 30 points.
Yay! I won something.
Okay, so next up
Same-
now,
Same level.
we have trivia coming up with questions submitted by our chat room from emailers, all kinds of things. I'll let people know how this works. It's the typical buzz in. Everybody's got a keyboard in front of them. They can chime in, and then I'll be able to tell who has rung in. They can answer the question. If they get the question right, there's a bonus question. Each question is worth 10 points, 20 points for the bonus questions. So this game is far from over. We got 30 points for Shannon, 10 points for Brian, 0 for Liz, and 10 for Radford Castro. Can we just test that out? Radford, can you hit escape, please? Nope. Let me just clear that again. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, stop it, guys. Okay, you know what? Why don't you guys finish it off? One more time. Thank you, everybody.
Also, if the person who buzzes in first to answer and they get it wrong, we get 1 steal, and then you move on.
Who gets to steal? Everybody gets to steal?
You reset the buzzer, and then
Oh,
Okay.
That's funny. It's like you don't know Jack.
All right, guys.
It is.
This is very true. So you guys understand the trivia concept? Everybody good?
I understand.
Okay.
Kind of master.
Okay. Question number 1. We got 15 questions. Lots of questions, folks. It's getting a lot of points. Everybody excited about getting lots of points? No?
So many points.
So many points. Question number 1. What Hollywood action hero is a lifelong Dungeons and Dragons geek?
I know Andrew knows this. Andrew, what's the answer?
Okay.
Kevin Smith.
Liz is
I'm
probably
guessing.
right, but that's not the answer this year.
I'm like, I can see him being.
I don't think Kevin
He's
Smith.
not an action hero.
Yeah.
Action here.
You know,
Thank you.
he's been.
Thank
I
you. You're
consider
the
him to
judge
be
up
one
there.
in silent.
No, no. Oh,
No.
wow.
What?
Interesting.
Kevin Smith is not
Andrew,
an action
Andrew,
hero.
what's the answer?
Shall we move on?
Yeah,
We're
move
going-
on.
You can't look at the chat room for answers. You can't do
Move on.
that.
Okay, moving on. We have a question from. Okay,
If you
very
want,
good.
no,
Let me
go
reset
ahead and
this.
toss the answer so people
The
know.
answer was Vin Diesel.
What?
Vin Diesel, Hollywood action star.
Yes.
Wow.
Somebody
These
had
are
it in the
crazy
chat room.
hard questions.
That's like beyond random trivia.
Well, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that it was so unfair to you guys.
Chat
Maybe
room
what we
had
can
it.
do is take the next question in stride. What do you say, everybody?
All right.
Everybody good
Let's
sports?
see it.
Yeah.
Bradford,
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon. No using smartphones during this, guys.
I was checking the.
Nobody gets to. You guys get to do this in your head. All
Smash
right,
him
question
with a
number
watch
2
his phone.
from Rhubarble. What planet in our solar system has most of its features named for mythological and historical women?
Ooh, women.
Women?
Which planet?
Liz,
Venus.
Venus is correct. All right, so now we get to have. So she gets to have the bonus question.
She gets first dib at the bonus question.
First dib at the bonus question. Here's your bonus question. The only planet in our solar system whose name does not derive from ancient Greek or Roman mythology.
Okay. Mars is not it.
Your call.
So I can stop it now.
Yeah, like if you want to go ahead and open it up to the
Okay,
rest.
so now anybody can steal.
Here's
Shannon.
Earth?
Earth is correct.
Ah!
So we got, 10 points for Liz? We got, is it 20 points
20
for
points
Earth?
correct for the bonus.
Pluto was derived.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know this because I watched Sailor Moon.
Pluto's not a planet.
Everyone did their homework.
Shay.
Question number 3, submitted by P. Delahanty, who cannot be trusted.
Wait, here, I have a quick question. Shouldn't we have it so that we can't see the chat room because they could be giving us
They're
answers?
slow.
They're
they're
behind by 7
8
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you're right, though. Good point.
I'm
That's
just
production
saying.
question.
Mhm.
You got that, producer? Nielsen?
Yeah, so I mean they only get like 5 seconds before you move on anyway.
Okay.
So
Okay.
All right, guys. Question from Patrick Delahanty, the submitter of this question. In Back to the Future Part 2, what future year did Marty, Doc, and Jennifer travel to?
2015.
That's correct.
Right,
Now, you did have this double points thing, though.
yeah, that's we'll roll with it.
Okay.
So just ask him real quick. Radford, you know the full date? You'll get extra 10 points.
The full day.
It's the actual date.
Nope.
It doesn't got it. Okay.
All right. Bonus.
Bonus question to Radford first before anybody gets to steal. Bonus, Marty gets frightened by a holographic shark. That was an advertisement for what movie?
Jaws.
It's incomplete.
More specific.
More specific, please.
Jaws 7.
Incorrect. Anybody can steal. 3. That's Brian, I guess.
Jaws 8?
Incorrect. Can anybody steal now? It's over. It was Jaws 19, everybody.
19.
Directed by Max Spielberg.
Right.
I know
Justin
that.
did.
Patrick knows
Yes.
that. That's one of
And the
his.
chat room did know that October 21st, 2015. It's a
Was the
Wednesday.
date.
It's
Yeah.
the day the Cubs win the World Series. against
Beating Miami.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which they're both National League, so I don't know how that's going to happen.
Well,
People are
Miami.
gonna bet on that.
I wish I could have gone back in time with money on the
Shannon,
Cubbies.
you'll watch that movie someday.
I got him on Blu-ray.
Eventually.
Everyone since 1908. Time to talk about another question. We've got a submitter's hollow tap. Which line of Intel processors came first, Ivy Bridge or Sandy Bridge?
Oh, damn it.
Shannon.
Crap. Sandy Bridge?
Sandy
Yeah.
Bridge is correct.
All right.
That's a 50-50
I hit
there.
the wrong button.
Okay, guys. Okay, Shannon. Bonus question to Shannon. Intel is a shortened name for what?
Oh, man, this is in the Steve Jobs biography I'm reading right now. I don't remember.
Anybody can steal.
Do we have to buzz in first?
I'm just going to
Brian?
guess intelligent.
Incorrect. Integrated electronics.
Yeah, that's
Integrated
what it is.
electronics. The answer we're looking for.
Whatever.
Patrick, keeping score?
Yep.
Okay, so we got Shannon Morris with 60, Brian with 10, Liz with 10, Radford with 20. Shannon running away with this right
No,
now.
you don't lose
No,
points
let's
if
play
you
Super Mario
answer
again.
Correctly, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk
Points.
away and play Mario. All right. I got a next question from Adrian Merrington. What is the error message on the printer in the 1999 movie Office Space?
PC load letter.
That is correct.
They used to have them to me all
You
the time.
rang in
drafting
real
class.
early.
What
I
the
just
F
wanted to-
does that mean?
Nice.
Okay. Bonus question to Brian. How many different bosses does Peter have at Initech?
5?
Oops.
Oh.
Okay, let's try that again. Okay, first, that's incorrect. Second,
Okay.
wait, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
sorry.
No, you just cheated.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
did. Sorry.
Okay.
Wait.
3, 2, 1, go. Now you get to go.
4.
8
Wow.
I have 8 bosses.
bosses.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Security
Reminds
at the
me of my
Sky
dog.
Nest.
No, that's the line. Okay, next up from D8UV. What year was the World Wide Web first made publicly available? Double points for the full date. What year was the World Wide Web first publicly available?
Was I born?
No. Oh. Go ahead.
Anybody knows?
Radford?
1992.
Incorrect.
No.
Anybody?
Publicly?
Yes, publicly.
Okay.
Nobody?
Not
That's it.
ARPANET, right?
91.
You didn't ring in.
Oh.
Brian,
1991.
1991 is correct.
Yeah, see. It's only took about 2 years.
All right, it only took forever.
That's a guess.
All right, bonus question.
The year his brother
That was in the
born.
90s.
That's true.
Bonus question to Brian first. What was the first network to implement TCP/IP and the forefather of what was to become the global internet?
What was it again? What was the?
It's open.
It's
up-
open
up.
to the board.
Open.
It's open.
ARPANET.
ARPANET's correct. 20 points to
what?
Radford.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that like Alta Vista?
Okay, guys. This one is an easy one. I'm going to be a sarcastic person because I even know the answer to this one. From Adrian Merrington. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. What was the occupation of Bruce Wayne's father? Liz,
He was a doctor.
you want to take that? I think
Yeah, sure.
that wins. We have surgeon here, doctors applicable. Okay.
All right.
Okay, guys. Okay, Liz, this is your bonus question.
So I have to actually, like, if I...
No, you don't take that.
Okay.
What kind of doctor was he?
We talked about this. Surgeon.
Surgeon.
Name one of the Robins who have died.
Ooh.
Tim Drake?
Incorrect. Up to anybody. Anybody can pick.
Shoot.
Anybody want in? It's open to everybody.
Robin
Shannon.
number 1.
You can't do that.
Not only, by the way, not only does she cheat, but she's wrong because Robin one doesn't die.
Oh.
It's Jason Todd or Damian Wayne.
Yeah,
No one
chat room
remembers
just got
them.
it.
Everybody remembers Jason. Actually, Jason Todd doesn't die. He comes
That
back
is
as the Red
Victor.
Hood.
20 points for the chat room.
So Damian Wayne is the only Robin who has died successfully. Actually, well, he's died and come back. All right. We have our next question from Logost. What operating system released in September of 2000 was heavily criticized by some users and placed fourth on PC World's worst tech products of all time?
Windows ME?
Brian, you're right. Okay, Brian is correct. All right, so here's your bonus question. ME was succeeded by Windows XP. What was the code name for Windows XP in development?
Longhorn?
Incorrect. Open everybody. Okay. Shannon?
Abominable snowman.
Incorrect. It was Whistler. They named it after
Whistler.
cities, and Whistler is a town in
Was Vista
Canada.
Longhorn?
I think of Whistler from Blade.
Longhorn became Vista.
Okay.
Yes.
But not Vista was not what Longhorn was supposed to be.
No.
A missing file system, everybody. WinFS still has not come out. It was supposed to be a part of Vista. Never came out. Actually, Longhorn. And Longhorn still is a mythical animal. You guys remember Longhorn? All right.
I've been to the restaurant, Longhorn.
I've been to Whistler in Canada.
Touche.
No, I haven't. Okay. Question from John. Oh. Yes, by John. What well-known number / ratio could store all the data on your computer's hard drive before you've saved files?
What?
What
Wait,
well-known
is this from
number?
Jammerby?
What? Don't look at the chat room. What well-known number or ratio could store all the data on your computer's hard drive before you've even saved any files? Anybody?
Got it.
Nobody gets it.
Ratio?
Pi.
Chat room's got it.
The answer is pi.
Oh.
What?
It's a little esoteric.
I know the answer.
Maybe we should have an esoteric section.
RAM?
Patrick.
Yeah.
You
I think E would also be an acceptable answer.
E? No Avogadro's number, though. Okay. Let's go on to our next question. Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. From Brian Carr. Nicknamed the Scarlet Speedster, what DC comic superhero has been the alter ego of guys named Jay Garrick, Barry Allen, Wally West, and Bart Allen?
Flash.
Liz. Flash
The
is
Flash.
correct.
Oh.
Who leads off a question like that? Okay.
Hey, so am I.
Scarlet Speedster's a dead giveaway. Bonus question to Liz. You're up first here. The Flash was part of the first team of superheroes in comic book history. What was the team's name?
Justice League.
Incorrect. Chat room. Not chat room. Rest of you guys.
Oh, man.
Anybody?
The Justice League. What other one was it?
Super Friends.
Radford. Incorrect. Anybody want to try this? Greg?
Sinister Six.
Okay, Greg doesn't know. You guys have any idea?
The League of Calamitous Intent.
No.
Batman.
Okay,
And the
guys.
chat room has it.
Justice Society of America.
What?
Yes, the Justice Society of America predated Justice League by a number of years.
Wait, how many? Like 2?
No, like 20.
Fudge.
Justice League was much later.
I do want to point out that most of the people in the chat room did have Flash, except somebody did say HTML5.
Which would also be acceptable.
Not visible. Anyway.
Kirsch.
Okay, guys. We got a question from Weird Amy. What is QR? What does QR stand for in QR code?
Come on, ROM dropper.
Okay, everybody loses right now because this is the antithesis of what you guys are doing. QR stands for quick response, which none of you had. Pathetic.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Shut up.
Done. Greg needs to be mic'd up. All right. Next question from Gigi Brown. Don't hit the buttons. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
It depends, African or European.
Shannon is correct. With that.
Ooh.
Okay. Bonus question to you, Shannon.
Nice.
What word causes pain for the knights who say knee? Incorrect. Liz.
Shrubbery?
Incorrect. It. The answer is it.
It's meat.
Okay, how are we doing with the scores right now? We got Shannon Morse with 70, Brian Burnett with 40, Liz with 30, Radford with 40. Okay, guys.
I thought you normally just go in top leader to bottom.
I'm just reading.
Fine.
I'm not supposed to even be here. All right. Why is the bonus one here? But does Q&X Monkey actually have the bonus question and only the bonus question?
Because
Oh, you
it
can't.
was too difficult, so like.
Okay, you don't have the the doc open. All right, guys, ready for the next question? What was the first collectible card game ever created that was designed by Richard Garfield and patented by Wizards of the Coast in 1993? Brian,
Magic?
do we need specificity?
Oh.
Magic
Magic
the
the
Magic is
Gathering.
correct. Oh, wow.
Magic the Gathering.
All right, you got it. All right, I got it.
For some reason, I thought Dungeons and Dragons would be ahead of that.
It's not a.
It's the only one I can think
It's
of.
not a trading card game.
Yeah.
That is a board game.
Okay.
There's a board game or dice game or something. I don't know.
I
That's
saw
a
them in
basement
Magic
game, whatever it is.
Gathering cards.
Q&X Monkey prior to
Good
the
thing I
bonus
didn't say
question
Pokemon.
for Brian. Bonus question. What is the power and toughness of Leviathan? Power and toughness of Leviathan.
See if you play Magic.
I play with the green cards, so.
Okay,
No
open
idea.
to anybody. Anybody's turn.
The trees.
Anyone want to guess? Shannon.
Plus 40 and 16.
Incorrect. 10 and 10.
10 and 10.
I'm glad you stuck to the positive numbers, though. Okay, good.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I
guys.
didn't
Next
know that.
question from Brian Carr. In what franchise would you find Cybertronian robots fighting against each other? Radford.
Transformers.
That is correct. Okay. Bonus question to Radford. What is usually referred to as the soul of a transformer?
The Spark.
That is correct. Wow, Radford. Everybody ready for that one? Final question from M. Jedi. What was the name of Darth Vader's Superstar Destroyer in The Empire Strikes Back? Hey, Peanut Gallery. Brian.
Was it the Superstar Destroyer?
What's the name of the superstar?
Incorrect.
The superstar.
Is it? I was like,
The superstar.
Do we allow for
last
steals now? I
question?
forget.
Dark
What happened there?
superstar.
What? It's already in the chat room. Let's.
Yeah, chat room's got
okay.
it.
Oh.
It's called the Executor. Executor. Okay. So that ends round 3. Let's see how we're doing on the scoreboard. Shannon Morse with 70. Brian Burnett with 30.
that one, Greg?
Bradford Castro tied for first with 70, and Liz, you're dead last with 30.
Thank you.
Okay, showing no favoritism there whatsoever.
Obviously.
Okay.
All right, final round.
Final round. We got a geek debate now.
Lightning round.
Crap.
Oh.
We actually, this is a debate segment. How do we do this for 4 people? I don't know.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, you know, give it to someone to start off. There's 4, so like.
Oh,
just-
everybody's debating the same topic.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not just like the 2 leaders.
Everyone.
That's how debates usually work. Anyway. Okay, you guys are given a topic to debate and given a chance to make your case. There'll be a rebuttal time. I get to moderate, so I get to stop you if I think you're going on too long. Myself and the chat room awards the best argument. How long? Straw poll. There are straw polls for that. Are they in the chat room right now, Patrick?
Not yet. We'll wait until they argue.
So it's after they argue.
He'll
I
put
go
the
on with
links.
this.
Yep.
All right, we'll start with Brian. Right, so Brian will get to start this debate. It's like the presidential debates here. Yes, you'll start with this. If you could travel through time, you'd go to where?
Ooh. If we could travel through time. Just for funsies?
Go. That's
okay,
not
so
a
you
good
can-
debate.
He gets to make his point first.
I would go back to the time of the dinosaurs and hopefully alter history so that it would rain donuts from the sky when I came back to regular time.
I see. Okay, so Shannon, you're up next. Unless you have more to say.
Nope.
Ryan.
That's all. Just donuts.
Donuts from the sky, killing dinosaurs, good for you. Shannon, what if you could travel through time, you'd go where?
Back to when I probably shouldn't spoil BSG for anybody who hasn't seen the last episode of the series. I would travel back to the time when, plug your ears if you haven't seen the last episode, when they finally reach, I guess you would call it New Earth, and when they're first discovering the original people that lived there. And I would tell them, hey, all of this has happened once and all of it would happen again. So you might want to consider that before you start doing crazy stuff. And reasons.
And reasons, okay. Liz, you're up next. If you could travel through time, you'd go.
I would go back to the time and be in Wonder Woman's Amazonian universe because they're all tall women and I fit right in.
That's a place, not a time.
It's a time.
Radford,
It
you're
is
up
a
next.
time. It's a time when she was alive, when she was just young and just got her role.
This, I think, is a comic book nerd debate that's beyond the scope of this. It really is. She's been retconned enough times. Actually, continuity's been thrown away a number of times. Radford, if you could travel through time, you'd go.
I'd go to
Or when?
Super Bowl 20 and then predict every single Super Bowl after that.
No, you only get one Super Bowl. You gotta stick.
Okay, so
Yeah.
wait, is this?
I'll start there. I'll try. I'll
Is this
start.
a rebuttal phase now, Anthony?
I
Yep.
guess. Okay.
So Brian, your rebuttal to. So you can
My-
choose to rebut one person's
Just
argument
like
or
it's
everybody's.
open floor. Like anyone could butt in. And then,
Anyone can butt in?
Okay, so guys argue about each other's answers.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
So you
Why
want to kill
dinosaurs?
dinosaurs.
You're
How
stupid.
can you kill dinosaurs?
Why donuts?
The donuts are just going to fall and you're going to pick them all up. You're
Well,
going to have
my
a
idea
mass
is
amount
that
of garbage.
You can go back in time to where the dinosaurs are, and
I
you
know,
can
Homer
alter
Simpson.
the future into any way that you like. But I guess we're not going back and forth a lot, are we?
Yeah, but you don't know how it's going to go because mustn't touch, and then you destroyed everybody.
You're going to
in
get
Flanders.
stomped on by the
guys are all
dinosaurs.
jerks.
Well, yours is fake. Yours is fake.
No,
His
mine.
is
This is
football.
real.
Yours is
You don't know
real.
that mine is
Yours isn't real.
You don't know that.
Okay.
Brian just wants to go back to
Great
before
debate.
Zombie attack.
Shall
I
we?
want to ride a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Shall we put in the chat winner now,
Well,
Patrick?
so he's gonna give the straw polls.
Yep.
Okay.
You're awarding
That's what I
points
would
right
bring
now.
back.
The
I'm
link
awarding
is in
points
the
right now?
chat, and
Okay.
so far Radford's in the lead.
We'll check
and,
on that later.
we can go back and place a couple bets.
When do we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now,
Yep.
when do we actually check in with the chat room for the chat winner?
When the entire segment's over, we're gonna go
The entire
back.
segment's over. So you guys have time to vote right now. Patrick, put in a link in the chat room that you can vote on who the winner is of that first debate. I get to award a winner. I'm saying Brian wins.
Because you feel bad for me.
Brian wins.
No, because it's Simpsons.
No, I'll tell you why. Yeah, because Radford's talking about football. That's not very geeky. You talking about BSG. I don't care about BSG. And your thing's about just far off, about a when, not a where. So
It's
Brian.
like Back to the
How is
Future. It's
that
like having a
not-
Oh, it's
sports
okay.
almanac.
It's okay. As the host, I get to be arbitrary. I'm the arbiter.
Yes.
That's why I'm the arbiter.
Yes.
Arbitrary.
I just want to hang out with
No,
Wonder Woman and
that's
her
right.
Amazons.
Don't
What's up with
forget.
that?
Alter other stuff besides the
You
Super
guys,
Bowl.
I mean, you guys
She's
could be
pretty
appealing in
hot.
the chat room. So if they love you right now, they can be voting for
I
you.
want to be hanging out with Wonder Woman and her fellow tall broads.
Okay,
What's
we
up?
have
What
peanut
would you
gallery.
bring back one of
Come
the
on in,
Intel
Greg.
chips.
Take Brian's microphone. What do you have to say there?
The celebrity guest.
I just wanted to say that if I could go to a certain time, I'd go to into the future to Blade Runner like world.
In a
Los
hot tub
Angeles.
time machine.
Do you think
You,
you could
want
survive
you just want
that?
the girl with the 3 boobs, don't you?
That's Total Recall.
That's totally
Oh, I
recall.
thought-
I'm talking about Blade Runner. No, I like the
All
whole
right.
cyberpunk future, dirty, grungy LA and 80s futuristic stuff.
Well, by all the dinosaurs I've killed, that'll happen.
All right, topic number 2. We're going to start off with Shannon.
Grog is my man. Because I am.
Okay, in your opinion, who is the best Starfleet captain in Star Trek?
Ooh.
Oh. So we're gonna start with someone else?
Shannon is starting. That is why I said Shannon is starting, Brian.
Oh, sorry.
You lose points immediately
I
right
think
now.
I want to choose Picard because he's got the shirt and he does the thing.
Because he's got the shirt and he's got the thing. Would you like to be more specific?
Because he had the most reasoning whenever he dealt with the issues in each episode. I don't know.
You find his
'Cause he was
logic
cool.
compelling.
He was kind of hot.
Cool and hot. I think you made your point. So now we know a little bit more about Shannon's type. Liz, your turn. Best Starfleet captain in Star Trek.
I just kind of have to go with Kirk. He's #1 original. No one can mess with the Shatner. The Shat. He's a man. You can't.
So
You can't
Shat, is,
argue. You
Shat
can't.
is the man because he was there first. That's
Yep,
your reasoning?
he's still #1.
Okay, Radford.
Just like Sean Connery, he's #1. #1.
Okay,
Done.
Radford, best Starfleet captain and why?
Okay. Can I choose the same answer as someone
Yeah,
else?
you can.
Okay, so
If your
Picard.
argument's better, then it wins,
Going
right?
with
Picard, yeah.
You're going Picard. Why is
What's the
that?
reason?
Because he's also been the enemy and he knows enemy intelligence. So he's the Borg, right? And then he also had the torch passed down to him officially from the from the first Star Trek movie. Oh, not Star Trek, but the Generations movie, right? Right. So, yeah, that's it.
Radford's answer is Picard.
Can I argue that
A number of
already?
reasons.
All right.
Let's go. First,
But first-
Okay.
we get to your actual point, Brian. The best Starfleet
Voyager
captain.
captain.
And
That's
why?
Janeway, by the
Okay.
way.
Everybody, let him talk.
I mean, obviously, I could go either way with this one, but I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna go with Kirk because Star Trek to me was a lot of it's like the Wild West exploring, space and stuff, and Kirk was more of like a cowboy. He went with his gut, and he was a ladies' man. And it comes down to when you're in a sticky situation.
He's
who do
sticky
you
already.
want? Who do you,
Yeah, like Tribbles.
literally.
Tribbles was
Who
definitely
do
a
you
sticky
want?
situation.
Yeah.
All right, so
Who do you
let
want
Brian
at the-
finish his point here.
Who do you want in that captain's chair? The guy who's going to debate the situation, Picard, or just go with his gut and do it right away?
Okay, so nobody here has voted for Janeway. Never hear the captain.
No.
Janeway.
I almost wanted
Or
to.
Scott Bakula's character whose name confused, like
Captain
Deep Space
Archer.
Nine.
who completely eludes me.
There's no Captain Jericho, no Captain Cisco.
Well, Cisco.
Cisco. Deep
Anyway.
Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Captain Jericho
No.
was a jerk.
I think
by
it's
the
Cisco.
way.
Okay, so Shannon, you get to rebut any one of those arguments first. Go ahead.
Your reasoning is wrong. You just like Kirk because of all the new movies.
Well,
No,
that's
No, he's talking
well,
about the
it's,
original.
it's her turn to.
Okay.
This is not an open forum, people. The debate
Yeah.
does not work like this.
So price line doesn't count.
I'm gonna need a gavel.
Negotiate.
So then does Liz go? Or?
Yeah,
Pike was a new captain.
Liz.
Okay, well, that
You wanna
didn't
rebut any of these arguments?
Seem like anything. It's like, no, you have Picard, old man. He's going to die any second. You can't put your thing in there. I am sorry. You
can't put your
that
thing in
man
there?
has been Borg. He's gone through hell and back.
Yeah, and-
he's not
okay.
got much
And
longer
he
to
still
live.
survived.
Because-
But
No,
still
and
survived.
he
more
hasn't much
experience.
longer to
Yes.
live. I mean, he's
Do you-
already lost all his hair from the stress. That
And he
man
has
is
better
in it's like a heart
technology.
attack.
Do you
Maybe
know
he's
how
shaving
much of the
his head.
Starfleet was destroyed because of what the Borg got from
Oh
Picard?
my! Captain Sulu gets no support.
Okay, Radford. All right, Radford. Do you have any prepared statements about your rebuttal
What do you want to take?
for anybody here? Radford.
Okay, we'll do
Why does Kirk
celebrity
suck?
rebuttal.
Why does Kirk suck? Oh, I don't know.
You're part of the Picard team.
Yeah, I think
Right.
the problem with I don't know.
You can't think of it
I'm not
because
into
he
the price
doesn't.
line commercials.
All right, he doesn't have it. Brian, your last chance. Go for it.
Well, and his character was good enough that they rebooted the movies. They didn't remake the movies with Picard.
No,
They
didn't
just
need
wanted
to.
to bring back Spock.
They didn't need
But
to.
Spock's pretty
Oh, what are you talking about? They totally want to
Okay.
bring back Kirk because he was that epic.
Remaking doesn't mean
Bring back
making it
Kirk.
HD.
Okay, rebuttal time
All right.
over.
Celebrity remarks.
Oh, we have an outsider point of view. The back of the head of Greg.
My vote goes to Wesley Crusher.
Get out of here.
Wrong.
As the arbitrary host, Radford wins.
Oh, sweet.
Radford absolutely wins because he did mention the whole, like, he actually had the geek element of being the bad guy, knowing more Star Trek information as opposed to saying he was in Priceline or he was a cowboy.
Who's the cowboy of
cowboy.
We'll see what the chat room says.
The
That's
chat
all I gotta
room-
say.
Let's go back and check the previous question, Patrick.
The point Radford made, though, also led to the destruction
down,
of most of
Burnett.
the fleet.
We got Patrick
I just
here
wanna
talking.
say.
Well, in response
just
to
rebuild
our
the
first
fleet.
question, traveling through time,
All those
currently
lies.
Wait,
Shannon's
I
in the
can't
lead.
hear.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I think we should just call it now. So she wins by how
Yeah,
much?
That's true,
Shannon
too.
has
Picard
won
has
the
never
first
suffered
question,
through
traveling
lens
through
flare.
time.
Okay, seriously.
I can't hear him.
I said Shannon has won the first question on traveling through time. The chat room has selected yours as the best response with 35% of the vote.
Nice.
Shannon
So
wins
how did
that.
you hack it? Let me know. Are you going to tell us on your next episode?
I'm not a hacker.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Topic number 3. Liz, you get first dibs at this one. Then let's debate. Best weapon to have in a zombie apocalypse. Your weapon can be fictional.
Oh, cool.
I'm just going into video games now. We can pull in video games, right?
You can pull whatever you want.
I'm trying to think of can it actually be Metroid's suit?
Ooh,
Like the
interesting.
entire
yeah.
suit
I
and
like-
weapon?
Yeah, you can.
Same
that-
as his suit. Yeah,
we have
Metroid.
our ultimate judge Anthony giving a thumbs up. That does count. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm gonna go
And
with
why?
Sam. Yeah, her entire suit. That way, I'm protected from any type of biting, and I've got cannon rechargeable. I can go into a little ball, get away from them, go in little tight corners. Totally zombie proof. Done.
Okay, that's a really interesting answer. Radford, what is your best weapon to have in a zombie apocalypse?
Can it be a vehicle?
It can be anything.
It can be anything. I would probably have the Viking unit from StarCraft 2.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
that's pretty gutsy. Explain why,
Yeah.
obviously.
So the Viking unit can transform from a jet to a tank. So if I need to pass a couple of zombies, just fly through them. There's just too many. And if I could handle maybe a whole group of them, I just transform to land mode and just shoot them off. And it's using most of it laser and a few ammunition, and it's mostly unlimited because you have resources coming from somewhere.
Interesting.
Okay, I'll debate
Okay,
that
wait
later.
for the rebuttal, please. Brian, it's your turn. Best weapon to have in a zombie apocalypse.
Before I answer,
Technically.
can we clarify what kind of zombies? Are we talking typical zombies?
Sure.
28 days later zombies?
Typical.
Typical.
Yeah, you got to stab
I
him.
haven't
Walking
seen
Dead
typical. That's
zombies.
what we were already answering
I'll
for.
establish the rules. Yeah, so that's the ones
Okay.
we saw yesterday. Make sure that you got to go
Slow.
through their brain. They're not super fast. It's not like the
Lightsaber.
walking. What's that?
I mean, lightsaber.
You want a lightsaber?
I mean, that would be my weapon of choice anyway. But if they're moving really slow, you got unlimited power and you're just chopping them up. I mean, they'll pile up or whatever. But
You like the hand-to-hand combat?
yeah, get in there, get nitty gritty.
Okay, so you're thinking lightsaber.
Lightsaber. Oh.
Shannon, to
All
you.
right. Well, if you're going crazy off the wall, I'm gonna say a Gundam, specifically
Yeah,
Death
well,
Scythe, because Death Scythe not only does he have a sword so he can slice through everything with his scythe, but he's also gigantic so he can just step on all the zombies.
Gundams are only fun to have if you have other Gundams to fight.
Apparently, we're starting the
If
rebuttal
there's a
round right now.
giant zombie Gundam.
Go for the rebuttal, apparently. It's Brian just said
Okay,
rebuttal.
lightsaber, you're gonna fall asleep and you're gonna get eaten. Done. Your resources, they're going to disappear in like a couple months from the zombies.
Couple months.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
But
mine.
you could get
They're
it
gonna be
mined by
done.
the SCVs
No, mine are
though.
mythic. Yeah, no,
So
she has
SCVs
her
will
own.
continue to mine as long as we're in whatever world that we're in. We could even mine the zombies, whatever dead bodies, and just turn them into resources. So that could work too. And Vikings also come in groups, so
But you were talking about that was a part of it. It's like I'm gonna have my comrades like at arm with me.
Follow
It's like that
me.
was a part of it. It was just the weapon.
but
weapon.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
were
Greg, you
talking
don't-
about
it's an awesome
sidekicks.
unit. Yeah.
We're going to need another microphone for Greg.
Yeah.
Greg wants to jump.
Sit with Patrick.
Greg just likes to talk.
Okay, so Shannon, you got anything to say? Rebuttal-wise?
You were all wrong because reasons.
Okay, of reasons. As the arbiter, I'm picking Liz's answer to be the best answer right now because Radford, your answer is insane.
Yeah.
Lightsabers are a really stupid idea. All right, that's just
Who wants to live
Especially if you
long
don't
in a
have the
zombie
Force.
apocalypse world anyway?
you want to die apparently.
If I'm gonna go out, I want to go out with
and
a lightsaber.
Gundam suits break, so I think the Metro suit. I can't remember the last time I've seen it get exploded. Liz, you win.
She's
Do we want to
awesome.
go back to the second round of debate to see who the chat room winner was for the best Starfleet captain?
Yeah,
Patrick?
currently it's a Shannon has 4th place. Liz and Radford are tied for 2nd place, and Brian is the winner of that response.
Wait, how do I have 10 points? I had more than that.
Lightsabers are cool.
Did I lose points?
She had 30.
Yeah. What? Wait.
Especially
With or without the Force.
You can like get a
See, I was
funnel
thinking
system.
BFG 9002.
Points?
You just-
I was like,
I meant to
yeah,
add
that'll
10,
not be fun.
not replace it with 10.
I mean, my other
was
answer was
thinking
going
of
to be
tactical
a
nuke, too.
chainsaw attached to my arm,
Too bad.
and that's just because it's cool.
Did you add the points from the previous round?
No, I haven't added Brian's yet.
I'll call you Bruce.
But the various suit sounds cool though.
BFG 9000 Al, I think I'd run out of ammo way too quick. And then what are you going to do?
Okay.
Go for
so,
it.
what's going on now?
Last one.
Last one, everybody. This is an easy one.
Okay.
Radford, you're up first. You get to debate or mention what is the worst superhero movie ever.
Oh.
The worst superhero.
Let Radford talk. Everybody.
Okay. Worst superhero movie ever. Handyman.
Okay, interesting. Now, please explain to the audience who don't know about Handyman, because I do know this movie. I
Okay.
believe it was Damon Wayne's movie.
Yes. Right.
Oh, God.
Now, this is where we have the B-roll of IMDb, Handyman. Go ahead, Radford. Explain why Handyman is the worst superhero movie.
Because Handyman has no powers and he moves with a wheelchair, and he has a couple of drawbacks in terms of trying
Now
to
his-
be a superhero.
Now, his motto is never underestimate the power of the handicapped, correct?
Yep, that's right.
It's a Damon Wayne's piece that was a living color. I'm just providing background, folks. I'm not actually agreeing with him. I'm just telling you what this movie's about. Any other thing you want to add, Radford?
That's pretty much it. All you do is check out IMDb to really see. Even a quick clip will let you know.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah,
Brian,
I
it's
would
up.
say that's the worst superhero.
Brian's to you. Worst superhero movie.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, hey,
Marty.
hey,
Do we have rules on cheating?
I can't.
You're the
even
arbiter.
remember. That-
Okay.
I was
Brian,
having trouble thinking of
Hey,
some. But
Greg, step away from the
I'm not
set.
going to use what he suggested
crossed the
because I don't
line.
remember what happened. The one that comes to mind first is Spider-Man 3 because it was just so bad.
Okay, Spider-Man 3. What about it? What makes it so bad? Tell me some more about Spider-Man 3.
I think it was really disappointing because the first one started out pretty well and then it just tanked after that and he became super emo in the third one.
Spider-Man 3, the bad guy was Sandman, Green
Yeah,
Goblin,
and that's not
and
even-
Venom.
Yeah.
Venom, yeah, who was played by Topher Grace. That was kind of, but I always thought he was kind of like a good, not Topher Grace. The guy,
Topher Grace was
Eric-
Venom.
Eric from.
That's correct.
Oh, is it?
From the 70s show, Topher
Yeah.
Grace.
Oh, okay.
Trust me. I'm the
All right,
arbiter.
sorry.
I know.
Yeah.
Then and I don't know. I always imagine him in more.
I can
of
hear the
Spider-Man.
sadness in your voice right there.
Just-
You truly
yeah.
believe that. Shannon, worst superhero movie?
The Catwoman with Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Wow. Gets an audible
'Cause
reaction from everybody.
She was.
Except Liz.
I think she was the wrong actress for the part. The costume was totally screwed up. It was just way off. And then I don't know. I just felt like the entire plot line was terrible. It's just, especially the actor. The actor messed it up for me. The
Okay,
actor.
so you're...
There's a
Hey,
basketball scene?
back up.
Get out
The
of here.
basketball scene.
Never even
Okay,
seen it.
okay. Greg,
You're
you
making
gotta
it
go to the front.
easier.
Right to the front for the safety of the performers here, the contestants. All right, Liz, it's to you. Worst superhero movie so far. We got Radford with Handyman, Brian with Spider-Man 3, Shannon with Catwoman starring Halle Berry and Sharon Stone.
Green Lantern was bad too.
That doesn't count as an answer. Liz, your turn. Worst superhero movie.
Ghost Rider, the first one.
Oh,
That was terrible having Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider and his voice and his terrible hair dye. And they have one of the most badass villains that you can have. And he's an emo little wimp boy. You have, he's a demon. He's this huge demon in every single comic you see him, even in the video games. And you have Darkheart. He's Blackheart, he's this little emo kid who just complains the entire movie and doesn't show any of his powers. And Nicolas Cage is terrible. He's been terrible in so many things lately, and he took such an awesome character and didn't show any of his depths. Occasionally pulled out his chains with crappy CGI, and it made me want to cry because that was really a character that could have really brought a good actor.
Wow, you know what we need for this?
Conyer was
What we
better.
need for this segment is actually close-in shots of everybody, all the other contestants, to see the pain on their faces when these things are mentioned, because the faces on these folks just looked so miserable. When Liz mentioned Ghost Rider, it was quite impressive. Brian's look at everybody. Look at Brian right now. It looks like he wants to die. Patrick is done.
I think all you guys are wrong.
Patrick, you have an opinion.
Okay.
Howard the Duck. That George Lucas made that.
That
We
was
should have taken it as a
non-action.
warning
That was a superhero
sign
movie. He's correct.
for the future Star Wars movies.
My other answer was going to be
Howard the
Batman Forever, the one with
Batman
Arnold
Forever is a
Schwarzenegger.
really
They
good
put
popular
Batman
bad answer.
That was pretty bad.
That's
Okay,
pretty bad.
You know what?
That was
Let's
awesomely
let's
good.
throw this out the window.
But so-
Anthony,
yeah,
what do you
so
think is
that
the
was
worst
actually
superhero
kind of fun
movie?
to watch.
Anthony, you have an opinion on worst superhero movie?
I wasn't expecting that, but
That's
was
why I
gonna go
asked
with
it.
Catwoman. That was
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck.
Interesting. Howard the Duck. We've got okay. So now it's rebuttal time. Just go for free for all. Who's got something to say?
I have to agree with Catwoman.
Bradford changed his mind.
I'm giving up. 'cause
Wait,
that's
what was-
really a
wait,
bad
no,
movie.
okay, so
That's a
you
first
have
on this game show.
No, I'm sorry.
agree.
You have
Everything's
Venom
first, yes.
in there.
I know.
I know that they didn't have it so that he could have been all to par, but you did have it so that you had an ultimate amount of great characters. All thing came out of nowhere. You had Salmon, you had Venom. Like, those are two epic characters in that
Spider-Man
reality.
is so bad.
Execution.
It's just boring.
Yeah.
The execution was boring, but by far is it nowhere near to be one of the worst ones. You have him so he has the black suit. He has the epic black suit. So there's a lot of terrible points, but there's also some good points in that movie. So there's no way it can be considered worse than a little emo, gimpy kid who's supposed to be a badass villain in the
I never
Marvel
saw
Universe.
Ghost
So
Rider.
Ghost
You are
Rider.
good. Do not see it.
Wait, did
It
you
is-
just convince Brian that Ghost Rider is the worst of the two?
it's
believe her.
terrible.
That's new.
It is terrible.
That's an interesting idea. I never even thought about a rebuttal actually convincing somebody. You moved to Catwoman, so now we have
I
two
just-
people.
But Catwoman, you have it
Handyman
so
is
that.
actually not that bad when you compare it to Catwoman.
Okay,
Some
no,
movies
I'm
are
sorry
so
about
bad
this.
that they're actually fun to
Catwoman.
watch.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Catwoman,
All
you
right.
did have like
Wait.
someone who actually could take out Catwoman.
Can I change mine?
Okay, time's up.
Yeah.
Does Indiana Jones count?
No.
Crystal
No.
Skull?
No.
That'd be okay. Listen, that'd be a bad action movie.
Okay,
He's not a superhero
yeah.
because he can get shot and get killed.
But he survived that refrigerator, hiding in the refrigerator atom bomb
Man,
thing.
Not a
totally
superhero.
forgot about.
Not a superhero.
That's another bad movie.
This is a
too.
hard one. I'm gonna take my coin out.
Spawn was a really bad
What
movie.
would you say, Ayaz?
What would I say?
Yeah, what's
Let's see. What's the worst superhero movie ever?
I'm not going to be biased at all on your
I'm gonna
answer
think
here at
about
all.
this. Hang on,
Oh,
because this is a toss-up here.
I thought you were gonna say Two-Face.
Worst superhero movie
Yeah.
is not Catwoman. It's Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
The coin says Ghost Rider because that was the 2-on-2 thing. So I had to flip a coin because I remember Ghost Rider. I fell asleep during it.
God.
And Catwoman,
Catwoman was just
I was
bad.
plastered during, and it still sucked. So like, Elektra might be the worst superhero movie ever.
Yeah,
Electra?
that's pretty bad.
Electra, yeah,
Yeah.
her
I
single.
think I saw
But no,
that.
but you didn't
Or
at least
Daredevil?
have like such an epic character or villain that just
Daredevil.
sucked.
That was bad. The Hulk
coin.
was bad
Such a big
too.
letdown.
The Hulk wasn't as bad as.
Patrick or the
The first one with
Yeah,
the
I
poodles.
like the Hulk, but the Hulk's not as bad as Catwoman.
Spinning
the first
comic.
Hulk.
Let's go to
yeah, the first
Patrick,
Hulk.
who's got the chat room results.
For best weapon to have in a zombie apocalypse, we actually have a tie between Shannon and Liz for their responses. So they both get 20 points.
Wow.
Okay. So now we're going to go to the last segment. We're going to tally up the final straw polls then, huh? Declare a Geek Master. We got final points coming in. So we're going to figure out who the what. So we need to have some time pass to allow the worst superhero movie winner, right?
Yeah, just talk it up. Give everyone the links to,
We got links. Okay. Wow.
or just
Okay.
it's just
All right. So I'm supposed to kill some time while you're doing that. I didn't know that. All right. So you can, if you've got questions for us, we've gotten a whole bunch thanks to the audience, and we've mentioned a bunch of you guys. If you go to tinyurl.com/capital G, capital O, capital G, lowercase questions. So GOG questions. You can submit your questions and debate topics. If you go to tinyurl.com/GOG debates, give us your debate suggestions. If you have no idea what we're doing with this show, you can tweet us at Game of Geeks. That way you don't have to worry about the spelling. Did you have to do all the caps thing? You know that's case sensitive, right?
I forgot.
You forgot it's case All right, so tinyurl.com/cap GOG, all lowercase questions, or tinyurl.com/GOG debates.
Sorry.
Or I really suggest this, just tweet us at Game of Geeks for your ideas, suggestions. Should we even do this again? And the other thing is, by the way, we're not always going to have a bunch of twits here. We're going to have you guys from the chat room. We're trying to figure out a way to do this via Skype so we can figure out lag for the buzzers, different segments. These aren't always going to be the same segments. Is that correct, Anthony?
Correct.
We're going to be messing with things. Obviously, you can't do time trials on Brian's MAME, but we're going to have a lot more segments, a lot more weird things on this program. Shall we look at the worst superhero movie from the chat room?
Well, it's been neck and neck between Shannon and Liz. It's Catwoman and Ghost Rider, but Liz has just beat her out 22-21. So Liz takes it.
Okay, so we've got here. So have you tallied all the points?
I'm adding that in now.
Patrick, our stat boy, is tallying the points right now before we have the final score. We've got Shannon Morris with 110. Byron Burnett with, is that 80 or 60?
80.
80.
I need new glasses. 80. Raph Romero with 90. Radford Castro with 80. Have we had these the final score? Final
Time for last
score.
place.
Chicks rule.
Shannon Morris wins.
Yeah.
What does she win?
Radford should have a tiebreaker.
Geek Master.
You've been declared the Geek Master, Shannon Morse.
Geek Master.
What you win is this fantastic scale from stamps.com. You know, it's like having a post office right at home. Here you go, Shannon. It's a USB scale available to you from stamps.com if you want.
Now it's yours.
Now it's definitely yours.
Oh, there's so much dust on it.
So, guys, seriously, if you want to watch a kind of show like this again called Game of Geeks, or whatever we end up calling it, give us a tweet at Game of Geeks. And this is Anthony Nielsen's baby, so I've absolutely ruined it. My apologies to Anthony Nielsen.
Yay, Anthony!
Hey, Anthony.
You did an awesome job already.
I like in the chat room. And by the way, we've tweeted out a bunch of questions, asking you guys for your questions. We've gotten a lot of responses. I really enjoyed that, so we didn't have to do a lot of the work. Because otherwise, we've got to research things. That's hard work, Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Freddie? So we've got our scoreboard nifty, and we know that you guys have opinions, and that's why we keep the chat room element. And we know that Greg will eventually speak for some of you. Greg, do you have anything to say?
Now he doesn't.
You gotta turn the room mic on. I think that does it for this supremely alpha episode of Game of Geeks. Your Geek Master is Shannon Morris, narrowly beating Liz Romero with 90, and a two-way tie for third. Radford and Brian with 80. Thanks to everybody putting this together.
Club.
At least
Should have like a tiebreaker.
a tiebreaker.
Maybe for last.
For the end.
Three words. Super
Lightning
Mario
round
Brothers.
tiebreaker.
Time trial.
That's the key.
You guys can play a time trial right now.
Let's do it. Come on, Radford.
So long, everybody. We'll see everybody eventually
Have fun. I'm going to go back to
one
work.
day.